stride, and then a wall of horses. Najem Suhail coming at Dio again. Najem Suhail takes over, loves the straight, and in the gloom, won by over a length Dio.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Group 3 Bletchingly Stakes Day at Caulfield returns for its second meeting back, and I'm very confident on a couple on this card. And there might even be a moral. I could even use that word in this video. Who knows? But let's get into the preview to find the winners, and I'm confident I've got a couple on this card, and I'll be happy. Look, I'll be happy to just get a couple in between the first and the last, because I've picked the first winner and the last winner the past 2 weeks, and I need to get a couple in between. So let's get into the preview and find those winners. Race number 1 at Caulfield is a 2-year-old handicap over the 1200 metres, and I have got Sensical on top. Not much between him and Wolfy here, the first starter for Nick Ryan for Blake Shin, but I'm with Sensical on top narrowly for Damien Oliver and Peter Moody, drawn barrier 8. Look, it was a cracking run last start, beat the rest of the field comfortably, but couldn't catch the leader in Spicy Margs. And I think second up, fitness under the bout, up to 1200 metres, gets the blinkers for the first time. Damien Oliver sticks. And I think that this horse is a really, really good winning chance. I think it's going to take a lot of beating here. Wolfy for second. The second trial was impressive, and I think it can produce something here race day, but couldn't quite have it over Sensical. Gangitano, I think, first up here. Stakes class horse on its day, and Cameron Well for Craig Williams. Read it in its 2 starts to start its career. And Spirit of Nurai was a good winner at the midweeks. Can it take it to Saturday grade? Who knows, but we will find out. Sensical for mine. Race 1, Caulfield, 50 in the win. Caulfield race 2 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 2400 metres, and I've got Moveforlex on top for Paddy Payne. Billy again with the 57.5 kilos. Barrier number 5, perfect. Has had 2 runs in Victoria, formerly coming over from New Zealand, and I think this horse can run really well here and be winning. First up at Mornington over the 1500 metres, I'm going to blame the heavy 10 track for that performance, which is too bad to be true. Then went to Caulfield in a cracking race behind Torrenzino and then Gottabesavvy was in the placings as well. But ran well behind Torrenzino. Now goes, pays for it running well by carrying a bit of weight, but has Billy again in the saddle, Paddy Payne's main stable rider, and third up should be ready to peak here and out to the 2400 metres. I think will prove a positive from King's Crossing, who is the one in this field who run the distance without any question, but has been disappointing to punters before, and I was happy to take it on from a slightly tricky draw, though it does get Blake Shin and can run well. Gottabesavvy, I thought, could run well for a place, was good behind Moveforlex last start. And Fun Sunday, Damien Oliver takes over and can run well from barrier number 1 at $10, but Moveforlex mine. Race 2, Caulfield, 25 the win. Race number 3 at Caulfield is the Vobus Gold Stayers over the 2400 metres and rolls the top weight. Barrier 3 for Harry Grace, Matty Raymond, good with a stayer, and this horse is an absolute moral. I'm using the word moral. I think it'll just win this. Very confident in its chances, has a really good career since going over the extended trips. 2 starts over the distance for a win. Really good on a dry track. Its dry track form is confusing because it's not accurate over a staying trip. Most of those runs have been over a sprint trip, so ignore the record. Just look at his record on a good track over a staying trip. It's actually pretty good, and his record overall at staying trips is fantastic. Last 3 coming at Flemington were really good, and I think can run really well here, and is on the backup from racing last Saturday at Flemington. Ferago for second, ever so consistent, can run well. Teewaters won this race last year, though not going anywhere near as well, and Khoekhoe could lead this field for a long way. But race 3, the Vobus Gold Stayers, I'm with rolls, 50 the win. Race number 4 at Caulfield is the Vobus Gold Ingot over the 1400 metres. Got Mollynickers on top. I was with this horse last start when it won, and it was very impressive in winning, and I think can go on with it here from barrier number 1, drawn perfectly for Carleen Heffel. Yeah, I really think this horse is hard to beat with the 55 kilos, and I'm pretty confident he can score a win. His was fantastic winning last start. Should lead all the way here, and I'm pretty confident he can win, particularly with getting the... there was a gear change. No gear change, sorry, I'm wrong. But I think can run well here, and I think can be winning. Mollynickers from Eugenius running second. Last start at Flemington. It does take Damien Oliver in the saddle now, but draws sticky in barrier number 9. Balgowan, I think, could run well. Has had only the one start and running second. Craig Williams can run well. And 5-star King for Matt Cartwright, Johnny Sadler. Drawn well. Interested to see what it can do on debut. But Mollynickers will win the Vobers Gold and get 30 the win. Quite confident in the Moody stable getting the job done. Caulfield race number 5 is a benchmark 70 fillies and mares handicap over the 1400 metres, and I'm very confident here on Movader. Sorry, not very confident, but I'm confident enough to put it on top. Look, the win last up was impressive. Sat wide the whole trip and still had the audacity to kick and win. Albanian Najem was coming late, and we saw what that horse did last start at Flemington last weekend. Absolutely gave them wind burn. So I think Movader has the right form going in and can win. And I've got it on top, but my main worry in the race and main danger is Daralina Belle. I think that this horse is way over the odds at $11. Clearly the class horse of this field can run well with Maddie Smith bringing it south, and I think it's over the odds at $11. Cuban Link can run well in for third and Vasilia for fourth, but I'm going to have 11 each way on Movader and 4 each way on Daralina Belle. Caulfield race 5. Caulfield race number 6 is a 3-year-old fillies handicap over the 1100 metres, and I'm with Kin on top for Celine Gaudreau with the 56 kilos for the blue. James Cummings, barrier number 12. I expect this horse to just be rinse, repeat, last start, get back, run on, blouse them late, and put a margin on them, because I'm really confident in this horse's chances and has been well back. Is now 210 favourite, and I don't think it'll be losing this, and I'm very confident it will win. From Cotel for second, who was scratched from Sandy on a Wednesday to run at Caulfield on Saturday. Linda Meach in the saddle with barrier number 5 and can run well, and I think it's a clear second pick. Gets a tongue tie for the first time. Run like hell, 2 from 2 to start its career. Likely gets out and runs from that barrier and has the speed to overcome the barrier and does have the lightweight. And Luna Rocks, the Sydney Soto coming down for Richard and Will Freeman. Craig Williams in the saddle with the 54 kilos can be dangerous, but I'm with Kin Racing Caulfield, 40 the win. Caulfield race 7 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1200 metres, and I am with Varvia on top for the blue again. Blakeshin in the saddle for James Cummings. Needed the win last up, but got it in what dominant manner it did it in. 5 lengths or over 5 lengths, the official winning margin. Barrier number 7, perfect. Blakeshin retains throw with the 56.5 kilos, and I think, like Kin in the previous, it'll be just like last start. Sit back and be sweeping home late, and I think it'll be very hard to beat here. Out of the two of them, I think Varvia will be, I'm keen on both of them, Kin and Varvia, but Varvia on top here from Validated for second. I think can run a cracker of a race. Coming through some, is in good form from South Australia, but has only been winning narrowly, though Tommy Stockdale takes the clean. Angry Skies is gelded, and if he's anywhere near his best here, I think he can blow this field away. Jamie Mott in the settle for the Hayes boys, barrier number 10, perfect with the 56.5 at $10 could be some value. And Jenny Jerome comes or gets the weight off for Laura Lathie, but also gets the weight off for going up in grade slightly, and has barrier number 5 and could be your likely running on horse late, but I don't think they'll beat Varvia. Race 7 Caulfield, 30 the win and 3 each way on Angry Skies. And the feature of the day comes up here, race 8 at Caulfield. It's the Group 3 Bletchingly Stakes over the 1200 metres, and I've got Ingratiating on top, coming out of the Monash, which is, I think, the main form reference you want to be following coming into this race. Look, he wasn't too bad in the Monash. He ran fifth officially, but he was only first up there, and I think now, second up, good draw and barrier number 3. Can bounce back here up to the 1200 metres. Blakeshin in the saddle takes over from Ben Mallam. Doesn't get any weight off, but I still think can run well here and is clear. I think is the one to beat. Second up with improved race fitness. Mnementh for second. He's a cracker of a sprinter, and I think he can run well here again for Craig Williams, Mitch Beer. It's our time. Better suited around the bend than he was down the straight at a sprint trip as well. Can run a cracker of a race. And Windstorm for fourth. If anything near the best of this horse turns up, he'll blow this field away. But 3 years off, I think, or 2 years off, I think he'll need this run. But Ingratiating for mine in the Bletchingly, 30 the win, but any of the top 3 can win it. Caulfield race number 9 is a benchmark 78 handicap over the 1400 metres, and I'm with St. Lawrence on top. Comes out of winning a benchmark 84 last start
at Caulfield in a narrow finish, a driving go, beating Barbie's Fox and Ton of Grit. Barbie's Fox ran well in Sydney the other week, and I think will run it well again this weekend in Sydney. Run well again this weekend in Sydney. But back to Melbourne, St Lawrence. Look, he pays the penalty for coming back in grade via the weight, though Carlin Heffel takes the weight off of 1.5 kilos, and I think that this horse will just be winning the last year. Very keen on his chances. Cardigan Queen for a second will be charging home late, and is a clear second pick. Polanco for third. This horse is way over the odds, is running really well this campaign, and Christmas Diamond, the import, coming over, and I think can run well at $34. But I'm going to have 25 to win on St Lawrence to round out the day at Caulfield, but I'm also going to have $1 to win and 3 to place on Polanco. He's way over the odds. Thank you everyone for watching my preview for Group 3 Bletchingly Stakes Day. I'm very confident I've got a couple of winners on this card, and I'm counting on them to be able to bounce back into the winners list here, or more consistently in the winners list, may I say. And I can't wait for this card. It's going to be an absolute cracker, and I look forward to seeing everybody next Saturday for the Valley. It's back. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the preview, and hopefully some more winners.